the cage.
Good morning, Ari. You're up early.
I could say the same about you. It's only 4 a.m.
I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep, so I decided rather than fight it, I'd just get up and make me some coffee.
I already drank an entire pot. Sorry, I didn't leave you any. I'd have made more if I knew you'd be up this early.
There's no way you could know. I'm rarely up this early. Don't worry about it.
I wasn't going to. Ha ha ha. You might as well make an entire pot if you're going to make it. I'm sure I'll need more too.
So what's the deal? You been up all night?
No, I've been up since about 2. I woke up and had all these ideas running through my head, then couldn't calm down enough to go back to sleep. So I've been up working the angles that were going through my mind.
So what angles are those? I'm curious.
Well, I was using some tools to try to trace the path of the email. Sometimes you can dissect the headers on Google Mail and try to approximate the region the email was sent from. But that's probably a moot point. I'm sure the sender was more than likely somebody local.
So what are the headers? I have no idea what that means.
When you open an email, there's an option to show the headers. Once you find that, you click on Show Original, and it will show the path the email took to get to you. But that's the problem with Gmail. You can't do a Whois lookup because all it shows is the IP of the Gmail server. What I've found out is that to find the actual path of the email is to subpoena the information from Google, and there's no way to do that without working with law enforcement.
And Linda doesn't want law enforcement contacted, for good reasons. So what does that mean as far as finding the culprit with that method?
Not going to happen. Gmail is a criminal's paradise because Google hides the IP of the original sender. And like I said, no way to get that information without a subpoena. That means getting lawyers involved too, I imagine.
Would it be possible for an attorney to subpoena the information as a safety issue without getting law enforcement involved? Attorney-client privilege would keep everything hush-hush.
I'm so tired I didn't even think of that aspect. That might be a definite possibility. If we could get the IP address, that would also have the name, address, and all that good stuff that Google would also have. A name, at least.
Unless the person signed up with a fictitious name. I know I've made a couple of throwaway accounts when signing up for stuff to keep from getting my main account spammed.
I'm pretty sure, though, that the IP could still be associated with the true name. I'm not 100% sure on that, but 99%.
I think we should have another meeting with Linda and run that by her. They're well off financially, so I'm sure she'd have no problem affording an attorney. I wonder how long it would take to get the information. She only has 2 more days to respond to the person.
No chance of that happening within that time frame. From what I've researched, the process can take anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, and that's if Google complies and doesn't fight it. If Google were to contest it, it could take months.
I would think in a case like this where someone is being threatened, they would comply just for safety's sake.
But you forget, there haven't been any threats. The sender only told her she had 3 days to respond. They didn't mention consequences or make any outright threats as to what would happen if she didn't respond in that time frame.
That's true. I keep thinking that the person threatened her, but they didn't. You couldn't even go to the police with that, even if she was willing to do that.
I thought I heard voices. Glad they weren't in my head. Nice to see that I'm not the only one who couldn't sleep.
Ari's been up since 2. I haven't been up long. We were just discussing Linda's case. Ari's been trying to trace the sender, but since he used Gmail, he's not able to do it.
You mean Wonderboy is stuck? That's refreshing.
Yeah, but we've been brainstorming some other ideas.
If you can brainstorm this early in the morning, you have more skills than me.
Oh, I have skills coming out my ears. I wish.
So fill me in on what you guys have been working on.
Bottom line, The only way we can obtain the IP of the sender is if we were to subpoena Google for the information, which they don't give up easily.
So we're talking lawyers getting involved.
Yup. But even then, it could take months to get the information, so I'm thinking that would be a dead end. We don't have that kind of time.
Oh, we have all kinds of time. It's Linda who doesn't have the time. We can only do what we can do. It's not out butts in a sling. It's hers.
Uh-huh. And she even made her own sling.
I think we should at least meet with Linda as a courtesy and give her the option of getting an attorney involved. Let her make the call, not us.
I think they call that doing our due diligence.
Like Luna said, we can only do what we can do. We're pretty much at a dead end right now, unless she decides to get a lawyer.
I just had an idea pop into my head. Don't you think that the people involved in this will be watching Linda? I would be willing to bet they have surveillance set up on her to see what moves she's making.
Which also means there could be somebody watching our place right now as well as hers.
Depending on how much money might be at stake, they could have a well-planned operation going to make sure there are no slip-ups. I think they'd at least be watching to see if she called the cops and see if they showed up at her place.
Hey guys, you all woke me up. Is there any coffee?
I was just about to make a pot. I'll be right back after I get one going.
I was eavesdropping and heard what's going on. One thing I haven't told you guys is what I did when I was in the military. I was in special ops, so I'm pretty good at this spy-type crap.
Seriously? You never told us about that? You don't seem like the special ops type, but you're definitely built for the job.
One thing I can tell you. If there are multiple people involved in this, and all of them slept with Linda in order to pull this off, it has to be a massive amount of money.
If you were in special ops, I'm glad you're on our side. You'll know how to counteract their moves much more than we would. For us, it would just be a guessing game.
Okay, guys, coffee's ready. Max, you can have first dibs. I don't want you special opting me.
I might do that anyway, just for fun.
Don't tempt me like that. Ha 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 ha.
Tara, you're such a nerd.
Ha. Computer whiz boy calling me a nerd. Now that's funny.
Yeah, it is. That damn near made me laugh.
Max, you're incapable of laughing. Come to think of it, I don't think I've even ever seen you smile.
I'd smile for you, but it would cost you.
How much, cowboy?
A lot more than you can afford. You don't even have a job.
Well, neither do you.
That's beside the point. You're the one wanting to see me smile.
You're no fun to argue with. Fine, don't smile.
No problem. Status quo.
Make her beg, Max. Make her get on her knees.
Nasty boy Airy.
No, I didn't mean that. You know what I meant.
Gee, let's play. Who has the gutter brain?
Eeny, meeny, miny, moo.
I don't think you even need to do that. Answer is obvious.
Is this how you guys always are at 4 in the morning?
Depends on the company.
Okay. I think I'm going to go take a cold shower. A really cold shower. Then I'm going to give Linda a call and see when she's available for a meeting. I'm going to run the lawyer idea by her.
Considering the time frame for results, I still think it's a dead end. But like we said, let her make the call. We at least want to provide her with options.
Okay, whose turn is it to cook breakfast?
Well, I made coffee. That's my contribution.
I made coffee too.
Moot point. You can't cook for shit.
You guys are making me feel so guilty.
Good. You can cook breakfast then.
Okay. My place is in the kitchen. I get it.
Glad you know your place. Now get cooking.
Oh my God, you just smiled.